What is up, fellow bench warmers? Welcome to your daily fantasy quickie. What's up, guys? Welcome to another quickie. It's a Thursday night. Great games today. Lots of great performances. My name is JJT with Komish Eric, and we'll talk about these great performances. But first, let's talk about the biggest injury news of today. Especially in the DFS side, right? Lots of injuries. Not lots of injuries, but one major injury. Not really major, but Isaiah Jackson. 22 seconds of play, got injured. I know a lot of managers were very high on Jackson. As we approached the trade deadline, he had a great game last time, 26 and 10. Everyone was kind of excited that he's gonna be starting again tonight to see what he does, and yeah, he does nothing.
Well, it seems like that's always been the case, right? There's sometimes a hot ad, because of a big game, and then the next few games they don't play as well. The disappointing part is he got injured. Yeah. That's a disappointing part. We were not able to see what he could have done, right? If he's really the real deal, we didn't have another game to validate it, and also that we don't know, he might miss a long time because with ankle injuries, so that's also gonna be irritating. But my advice would be to hold.
Yeah. Wait. I have lots of Isaiah Jackson. And I'll probably wait to see what the official diagnosis is from the team. This is a young player, so I'm still hoping that it won't be a long time. He might, it could be day to day, just swelling and all. Plus, like we said, trade deadline is coming, so maybe if there's a time if he won't be out for long, like if he'll be out for a couple of weeks, I'll wait for the trade deadline to pass before I judge. Of course, that will still also depend where your team is, I guess. Because trade deadline is still 1 week away. So if you're battling for playoff position, that's not going to cut it, right?
Yes. But if you have an IL spot, just put him there.
Yeah,
that's
or
my
an
suggestion.
IL plus, because he hasn't. I don't think he's in IL yet.
Oh yeah, IL
right?
plus.
Yeah, until they give out a timetable or an official diagnosis. There was an emerging player. Unfortunately for Indiana, they don't have any centers right now. So they will play small, literally, play small until they get Sabonis back or Isaiah Jackson back or Goga back, whoever is first.
Who do you think will come back first?
I have a feeling. What's the injury of Goga?
I'm not sure also. I think it's a wrist, but I'm not too sure. But I have a feeling Goga's gonna be out a while. I don't know. I don't know why.
I'm still hoping Jackson comes back first. I'm still hoping it's not as major as we think. They just made sure that he'll be fine because if they lose him for a long time, maybe they felt that let's just not push it today. Let's see what happens tomorrow, and then go from there. So I have a feeling Jackson comes back earlier than expected.
Yeah, I think it's Sabonis. I have a feeling it's Sabonis. He's in COVID protocols, but usually these days they come out earlier, so it might be Sabonis. Isaiah Jackson didn't even return to the bench today, so
yeah.
So might be worse. Might not be. Yeah.
All right, let's see. But Terry Taylor
Mm-hmm.
was the guy who filled the roles of the centers. Had a double game. I think he had 16 rebounds, if I'm not mistaken, 16 or 15 rebounds, and around 25, 26,
24.
24 points.
24 points. Terry Taylor is actually 6'5". He's a shooting guard. He's not a center. So that's weird. That's really weird that he's the guy that would benefit. But well, Torrey Craig for me is probably a better, safer ad.
Mhm.
Probably he's gonna be the small ball center, but of course they'll need some other players aside from Craig. So Terry Taylor, if their game doesn't get postponed because they have a game the day after, but they're in a snowstorm right now in Indiana. So just a tip, if you're gonna stream Terry Taylor or Torrey Craig, better check the weather report in Indiana because there's a chance that Chicago Indiana game 2 days from now, the next game of Indiana might be canceled or postponed.
Oh, I see. So
Yeah,
yeah, so just wait and see, I guess, before
yeah,
streaming, or maybe look for other options as well. But these two players could be good streamers if the Pacers continue to play without any centers, because they'll take up the center role. Yeah,
okay.
other buy players. Let's talk about other buy players. Maxi Kleber and Reggie Bullock. We've been talking about Kleber should be a hold uh, or an ad in case he's
An
not yet
ad, an
added.
ad. If he's not added, you have to add him. As I said, the blocks and the 3 pointers alone gives him high upside. 3 steals, 4 blocks today.
Yeah,
So what else can you? But Bullock actually is hotter than and more consistent than Kleber.
yeah.
Bullock has, yeah. I mean,
If it's threes and blocks versus threes and steals, right? You there? Hello? Are you there? All right. Seems like well, might be me who lost
you can see.
Ramesh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got us frozen
Yeah, it might be
for a while.
mine. All
Okay,
right,
hello.
we are back.
Okay.
All right, I think the kids are playing, using the internet, and a lot of people using it. Anyway, we were talking about Kleber, and like I was saying, it was between threes and blocks for Kleber or threes and steals for Bullock. You probably have to pick one if in case you only have one ad there. But we also talked about in our Courtside DFS podcast that OKC is one of the teams that's easily turns the ball. You can easily swipe the ball away from these players in OKC. So that's why players like Kleber were able to get 3 steals, which is not really the norm for them. And Bullock though is he can really steal the ball, so not really too surprising.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Other buy players, Nick Claxton. I just dropped my Nick Claxton. I was telling you about it this morning, a while ago. I just dropped him this morning to activate James Harden, who had a bad game and kind of concerns me as well with that bad game. But yeah, Nick Claxton should be added. We've been telling
Yeah.
them to add him or to
I
stash
I
him.
think I think it's a no-brainer. You don't need us to tell you that you should add Nick Claxton after a 23 point 11 rebound 5 block game in 29 minutes. And the minutes, actually looking at everything, is the minutes that I'm very intrigued by. He played 29. And he seldom gets that number. So he's getting healthier. And of course LaMarcus is still out. Blake Griffin is not the youngest. They really don't have much there. So if he continues this, he's gonna be valuable in fantasy.
Yeah. Now the one of the players who made some noise today is Trey Mann.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess the question is Strayman a player you can expect to consistently perform? Maybe not
No,
like this, but valuable enough to be rostered at least in a standard league.
in a standard league, no, I don't think standard league. We're talking 12 teams. We're talking 12 teams. No, in 16 teams, maybe I would. I have a 16-team league that I got him. He will be consistent with the minutes. He will be consistent with the opportunity, the usage, the shots, and everything. But he's a rookie, so he's gonna be very inconsistent. I think, and plus the fact that he doesn't do a lot aside from score. He doesn't do a lot aside from score. So that is another worry for me. But if you need points, 3-pointers, you could target him. He'll get the minutes. 14 team maybe.
Yeah. So it depends as well on who you drop for him.
Yes.
Don't just drop any player for him because he will have the minutes because SGA is out as well. So we also talked about him.
Aaron Wiggins sprained his ankle today. Aaron Wiggins is the guy starting with Lou Dort and himself and Josh Giddey in the starting five. Without Wiggins, they'll probably start Kendrick Williams, which is another of our buy players.
Yeah.
Speculative on my part, but I think Kendrick Williams, if he gets 30 minutes, he's actually way better than Trayman. I mean, overall for fantasy, right? We have seen him get those 3 steals and then, a couple of rebounds here and there with blocks. So, I would also gamble on Kendrick compared to Trayman.
Yeah, it's just that the name value is not there for Kendrick, and of course the scoring is not as good as Trayman, but overall across the board, Kendrick Williams can give you more. So it's just the minutes that we need to see trend up. But he is also in our buy players list. Hopefully he gets more minutes, but I think,
but Trayman, of course, a rookie has potential, right? He can easily,
Trayman played well during the preseason.
Yes, and that's true.
One of the hotter players during the preseason.
Yes. So for me, I added him when I can add him. Where I'm comfortable adding him. Like 16 team, I have a 17 team, 16 team. I added him there because it's worth the shot. The upside is there. The potential is there. It's worth a shot. But in 12 team leagues, I don't think it's worth it for now. I don't think you should add him this early. Yeah. That's my belief. In the 14 team league, I think he's a short term add if you need warm bodies and stuff, but not a must roster player. Yeah.
Right. Davion Mitchell is another rookie
who's been good.
Who has played well since Fox was out. I think he has had 5-6 good games already. Should be added now at this point. I don't think I can still see some Davion Mitchell because maybe they're worried about. I think just a few. Davion Mitchell on the wire.
I'll add this. There's no reason he should be in the wire because the trade deadline is 7 days away.
Mm-hmm. So this is another player you stash.
Yeah.
As well.
I mean, it's you can see this from far away. You just have to add him. He should not be in your waiver wire. If there's no trade that will happen, okay, just drop him. But he's performing now. He's not even not even a stash.
Not even a hard stash. Not even a hard stash.
Yeah, it's not even a hard stash. He's an add and then a stash at the same time. So that's dual purpose.
I mean, if you are stashing Isaiah Jackson, there's no reason why you shouldn't stash Davion Mitchell. So Isaiah Jackson, we're not even sure he's gonna play still. Even after the deadline, right? Because it could be a week-to-week thing. Davion Mitchell is playing well, like Kamish said, so should be added already and stashed in a lot of your leagues, or all of your leagues for that matter. Garrison Matthews starting to get hot once again. I streamed him in one league. I'm streaming him for tomorrow's game. I think they have a back-to-back, right? If not tomorrow, it's the following day. Because I needed threes.
If you need threes, of course, Gary Bird. Gary Bird is the man. And I would suggest to Jeremy, maybe don't drop him right away. Because he's another of my stash players. I will be doing an article about this. Jeremy and I were going to be talking about some of the stash players. But Garrison is one of them. It's one of them in my list.
Yeah. So those are our buy players for today. Worry players. We have Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba has been playing very poorly lately. Other than the blocks, there's really not much you can get from Mo Bamba. And Wendell Carter has been playing really well. Today he had another double-double game. Your thoughts on Mo Bamba? Buy low?
Yeah, I think so. I think if you can buy him really low, it's worth a shot. He's up and down. The good thing with Mo Bamba is his game is not totally going down. It's not all the way down. I mean, there were games like he had a 32-point game, he had an 18-point. There's been ups and downs. There's been some.
It's
good
just
signs.
inconsistent. It's just inconsistent.
Yes. So, but if the manager who owns him is already frustrated, a buy low is worth a shot. Remember this guy's high potential, high ceiling.
We talked about this a few quickies ago about Bamba, our worries about Bambas, particularly the injury concerns.
Yeah, that's true.
So is it a good idea to buy him at this point?
It depends on who you're gonna give. Of course, I'm not telling you to give up a top 100 player for Bamba at this point. But if you're telling me you're gonna give up,
you're not gonna get Bamba for anyone outside of 100.
No, but he's struggling. Let's say Isaiah Stewart, who plays a good game, maybe one good game. You swap him, maybe that kind of deal for me. I would rather have Bamba. And if you're talking about, let's say, Gafford, maybe Gafford is stash. I know Gafford is stash, but I'd rather have Bamba. That's just my point. I think at the peak, both of their peaks, Bamba is better. So, like, that's another deal I could another year I could think of is maybe Montrezl Harrell. 0.7 rebounds, but Bamba's better, right? Bamba's way better potentially.
Yeah. Our feel-good player, Mitch Robinson. How about that?
Yes. Mitch Robinson. Well,
one injury-prone player to another injury-prone player. Who would you rather have there? Both are good in blocks. One is better in threes. The other is better in rebounding.
I'd rather have Mitch Robinson. Both are injury prone, so let's take health out of the way. Role wise, Mitch Robinson is getting a lot of minutes. Bamba, there's Wendell Carter, there's Okiki, there's potential problems with his role, with his minutes. With Mitch, if he's healthy, he's gonna play. He's gonna play 30 minutes. So I'd rather have Mitch Robinson.
That's interesting note that hearing you say with Mitch, he's gonna play 30 minutes. Rarely do you see him play 30 minutes.
No, because as I said in my write-up, he's been getting minutes now. He's been getting minutes. Tibbs have started to trust him, and with Tibbs, if you get Tibbs' trust, it's hard. it's like chocolate on your shirt. When you get it there, it's hard to remove. So when Tibbs likes you, he likes you. So I think as long as his body can hold it, he's gonna get a lot of minutes. So I'd rather have Mitch Robinson at this point.
Yeah. Another struggling player is Jarrett Allen, but I'm not worried about Jarrett Allen. I think not having Darius Garland there might be something of a concern.
Yes. But it's just that I wish you could sell high on Jarrett Allen. When the time he was, remember when he was at 20 points, 15 rebounds, 24. And that was really a sell high moment. I don't really think he's a top 30 or top 40 guy. He's a little lower than that. So, and going forward, I still think he's tier or a level lower than the Robert Williams, Jaren Jackson Jr., those
Yeah,
players.
that I
He's
think
lower.
he is. That I think he is. He is definitely lower than Jaren Jackson. And the way Robert Williams has been playing, he's definitely lower than that. He is though higher than players like Stewart, who's not really playing well.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
right?
for
I
sure.
mean,
Yeah,
but during the drafts, Stewart usually goes first than Allen, right? A lot of in some drafts.
that's
Um,
wrong though. I mean, I would not do
yeah.
that. I don't know if you
Nurkic,
know. I-
do you think he is better than Nurkic?
Yes, for sure he's better than Nurkic. I mean, just for the turnovers and the efficiencies, he's already better than Nurkic.
Yeah, because those are
I think
probably the players within his tier, right? Nurkic, Isaiah Stewart.
okay, but I think he was picked way higher than those players.
He was
I
picked
don't
at
know
around
if I remember it right.
60s again.
I think he
Just
was
around
picked.
that. I think just around those. I don't think he was picked at around
Okay, maybe
40s, no. Just around the 50 to
I
60.
think
I think they were the guys,
it,
the batch that were
yeah,
being picked
yeah.
during that
I
stretch.
I think he's just really so dependent on a good point guard. That's my concern. I don't know how Garland is. Of course, before they had Ricky Rubio,
Yeah.
so Rubio helped him a lot also, and I think that's really a big hit to his value. So
Yeah.
let's see the deadline if they
Because
get a
he's
good
a
point
pick and
guard.
roll guy.
Yes,
He's a pick and roll guy, no post moves, no threes. You can't really do much with him other than dunk and layup.
Exactly.
And that's why, Mobley would be a player who's going to thrive more without Garland. He played well today. I wouldn't be surprised if he does as Garland is out. And I won't be surprised as well as if Jarrett Allen somehow struggles a bit with Garland out.
Yeah. For Mobley, of course, we talked about the free throws to death already. Mobley's ranking has dropped to 88. So from the 40s has dropped to 88 because of the free throws. You know how big that is. If you don't care about that, that's just my point here now. If you don't care about the free throws, this might be your chance to swoop in and get him. As Jeremy said, he's not dependent on anybody. He's really a stud. He gets block steals. He can shoot. So, yeah, it's your chance if you don't care about the free throws.
Yeah, that's the only difference between Allen and Mobley. Allen won't hurt you if he's not playing well. His field goal is still up. He doesn't shoot too much free throws. He doesn't turn it over as much. He still rebounds the ball a bit. And he still blocks shots. So at least he will be decent. Mobley though, high upside, but the free throw closer to what Giannis was before, I guess.
Right now, he's even worse than Giannis ever was, actually.
Yeah.
Because started this free throw, whatever this is, for the whole month. It's not even for 1 week or 5 games. It's for the whole month. So this is even worse than Giannis, if you look at it that way.
Yeah. All right. And our feel good player, we talked about Mitch Robinson a bit. How about talking about Lu Dort?
Yeah, Lu Dort. Lu Dort is gonna be.
Is this
he's
going
gonna be
to
the
be
man
a staple for Lu Dort?
Yeah,
the way he plays.
He's gonna be the man in OKC. He's gonna be the guy. He's gonna be scoring the most points and everything. So, his value is up with SGA out.
Should you sell Lu Dort now?
Yes.
I don't even think anyone would buy Lu Dort, but yeah.
No, add him in your deals, add him in your trade deals, do 2 for 2, make 3 for 2 or whatever deals. Don't not one on one, but 2 for 2, 3 for 2. Because a lot of managers are not really following closely. When you offer them a deal, they would just go, okay, Lu Dort, what is this guy doing? They'll check the game log.
Yeah.
And they'll say, oh, this guy's doing well, 30 points, 25 points and everything. And it makes it easier. Makes it easier for them to accept the deal.
And they don't know
sell.
And they don't know the history of the player.
Yeah, right? Sell for sure. For sure. Yeah.
Because he's been a popular theme among the forums that I've been seeing. Many people are asking about Lu Dort. All right, that's all we have for today. and apologies for that very poor internet connection I have. Will be better tomorrow. Hopefully, you have a good week of fantasy, and my teams are not doing as good this week, not as well as last week. But yeah, let's see. There's still a few days, 3-4 days left. So yeah, good luck to everyone, and we'll see you again tomorrow for another daily fantasy quick. Bye.